R.I.P. Paul Mario Day, remembering Iron Maiden's original singer. The music world is mourning the loss of Paul Mario Day, the original lead singer of the iconic British heavy metal band Iron Maiden, who has passed away at the age of 69. This news has left fans and fellow musicians alike in deep sorrow, as confirmed by the band through a heartfelt message shared on social media platforms. In their tribute, Iron Maiden expressed their profound sadness, stating, "We are deeply saddened that Paul Mario Day, Iron Maiden's first ever vocalist back in 1975, has passed away. Our thoughts and heartfelt condolences go out to Paul's family and friends. Paul was a lovely person and good mate. Rest in peace, Paul." This touching message highlights not only Day's role in the band, but also the personal connections he fostered throughout his life. While the specific cause of Day's death has not been revealed, the news has sparked an outpouring of tributes from fans who have taken to social media to share their condolences. One fan poignantly remarked, "Rockin' power," while another added, "May Paul Mario Day R.I.P. He's now rocking with the best of them up in heaven." Such sentiments reflect the deep impact Day had on his audience and the music community. Paul Mario Day's journey in music began at the young age of 19, when he was recruited by bassist Steve Harris to become Iron Maiden's first vocalist in December 1975. He held this position until October 1976, during which time the band began to carve out their place in the heavy metal scene. Iron Maiden's self-titled debut album was released on April 14, 1980, marking a significant milestone in the band's history. After his tenure with Iron Maiden, Day went on to form the band More, which also paid tribute to him on social media, stating, "We are deeply saddened to learn of the passing of the great More vocalist, Paul Mario Day." They acknowledged his significant contributions to the new wave of British heavy metal NWOBHM movement, particularly noting his fantastic performance on the Warhead album. Day was a beloved figure in the British rock music scene, known for his memorable performances, including the legendary 1981 Monsters of Rock Festival at Castle Donington, where he shared the stage with renowned acts like AC/DC and Whitesnake. His career continued to flourish as he took on the role of lead singer for the band Wildfire in 1985, and later joined a reformed version of the band Sweet. In 1986, he moved to Australia, where he remained active in the music industry until his passing. He is survived by his wife, Cecily, who, along with fans and friends, will undoubtedly miss his vibrant spirit and contributions to music. This news comes on the heels of the passing of another former Iron Maiden vocalist, Paul Di'Anno, who died last year at the age of 66. Di'Anno's representatives confirmed his death, stating he passed away at his home in Salisbury, England, and highlighted his prominence as the lead singer of Iron Maiden during the late 1970s and early 1980s. As we reflect on the legacies of these two influential figures in heavy metal, it raises a poignant question. How do we honor the contributions of artists who have shaped the music we love? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and let's celebrate the lives and legacies of these remarkable musicians together. Remembering Paul Mario Day, original Iron Maiden vocalist's legacy. In a sobering reminder of the fleeting nature of rock stardom, we mourn the loss of Paul Mario Day, the original voice of Iron Maiden. At just 69 years old, Day's passing marks the end of an era, leaving behind a legacy that helped shape the very foundations of heavy metal music. As the first vocalist for Iron Maiden, Day was a key player in the new wave of British heavy metal, a movement that electrified the music scene in the late 1970s. Band founder Steve Harris saw potential in Day's raw talent, recruiting him in 1975. Together, they ignited the stage with Maiden's debut performance in Poplar, London on May 1st, 1976. But behind the scenes, Day's tenure was fraught with tension and criticism. Day's departure from Iron Maiden after just 10 months was not due to lack of talent, but rather to his perceived lack of stage presence. The band sought a frontman with a commanding and charismatic stage presence, a role that Day struggled to fulfill. His replacement, Dennis Wilcock, was equally short-lived, eventually giving way to Paul Di'Anno, who met a similar fate. But here's where it gets controversial. Day's dismissal from Iron Maiden wasn't just a setback, it was a life-changing experience. In a 2019 interview, Day reflected on his firing. Steve was saying, "You've got to get better. You've got to be more in the audience's face. You've got to be commanding. You've got to be a hero." And I agreed with him. But I didn't actually know how to make that happen. And this is the part most people miss. Day's journey didn't end with Iron Maiden. He went on to form the heavy metal group More, achieving notable success, including a performance at the legendary Donington Monsters of Rock Festival in 1981. He later fronted the reformed glam rockers Sweet, leaving an indelible mark on the music industry. But let's not forget the lessons Day learned from his brief stint with Iron Maiden. What Steve was doing was trying to make the band big. He knew what he wanted. What he wanted is what he got. He got one of the biggest bands on the planet. As much as it hurt, as much as it upset me, I learnt a big lesson that day. I really did. I used that emotion, I guess, in my singing. Day's legacy extends far beyond his time with Iron Maiden. His journey, from the highs of stardom to the lows of rejection, serves as a powerful reminder of the resilience required in the music industry. As we remember Paul Mario Day, we're left with a thought-provoking question. How do we balance the demands of a music industry that values image and charisma with the raw talent and passion that fuels it? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Rest in peace, Paul Mario Day. Your voice will be missed, but your legacy will endure. Paul Mario Day, original Iron Maiden singer, dies at 69. Heart-wrenching news. The man who first lent his voice to legendary heavy metal titans Iron Maiden, Paul Mario Day, has died at 69. His family confirmed that the original vocalist for Iron Maiden passed away peacefully, leaving behind a legacy that helped shape the new wave of British heavy metal. It all began in 1975 when a 19-year-old Day accepted bassist Steve Harris's invitation to join a fledgling pub band called Iron Maiden. Despite his youthful enthusiasm, he departed after just 10 months amid claims that he lacked the necessary energy and charisma to captivate audiences. Reflecting on those burly days in 2019, Day remarked that the group were all nobodies, trying to make the best music we could and fighting for an audience. But here's where it gets controversial. He was asked to leave a band on the cusp of global stardom, prompting debate over whether Iron Maiden's meteoric rise was hindered by a hasty decision or accelerated by finding a frontman better suited to their daring vision. After his brief tenure with Iron Maiden, Day became the lead singer for British heavy metal outfits More and Wildfire during the 1980s. The new wave of British heavy metal, or NWOBHM, was a late 1970s movement that revitalized rock with faster riffs and raw energy, and Day's performance on More's critically acclaimed album Warhead remains a touchstone for fans. More's social media statement praised him as a huge part of the NWOBHM and celebrated his unforgettable appearance at the 1981 Monsters of Rock Festival at Castle Donington, sharing the stage with AC/DC and Whitesnake, as well as tours alongside Iron Maiden and Def Leppard. In 1985, Day embraced a different style by joining the glam rock icons Sweet for their comeback tour. Known for their flamboyant costumes and catchy anthems like Ballroom Blitz, Sweet welcomed Day's dynamic vocals as they reintroduced their theatrical brand of rock to enthusiastic crowds. Later in the decade, Day relocated to Australia, where he immersed himself in the local music scene. He performed at everything from small pubs in Sydney to regional festivals, maintaining his passion for live music and building a dedicated following until his final days. And this is the part most people miss. Although his stint with Iron Maiden was fleeting, Day's early contributions reverberate through the band's soaring melodies and commanding stage presence. His pioneering spirit helped lay the foundation for a group that would go on to define a genre. What do you think? Did Paul Mario Day deserve more recognition for his foundational role? Or was his departure a necessary sacrifice that paved the way for Iron Maiden's success? Join the conversation and share your thoughts.